Hey there guys, and welcome back to Dino Reacts. Let's talk Relic. Relic was released in 2020 and is actually directed by Natalie Erika James. It stars Emily Mortimer and Robyn Nevin in the lead roles. The movie kind of primarily focuses on dementia through a family unit and how this family unit deals with that. As well as that though, it does have of course a coating of horror where we've just kind of unknown curse surrounding this family. The movie itself, it is definitely a slow burn of a movie, so if you're not a fan of movies like The Babadook or The Witch, this one might not be for you. For me though, I do love a good ghost story and a good slow burn movie. This one definitely has that feel that there's something in the house with these characters. Of course, there are many different twists and turns throughout this movie, as well as a couple of red herrings. The plot of the movie centers around a woman who returns home after her mother goes missing. Now her mother, she is quite old, she's suffering from dementia and she's been missing for a couple of days. Her and her daughter return to her hometown to search for her along with the townspeople. Now of course, once they do find her, she starts to realise that things aren't as they seem. Something strange is definitely happening and is affecting her daughter and her mother. Speaking of the mother or the grandmother, Robyn Nevin is probably the best thing in this entire movie for me. There's something quite disturbing about how she portrays this character, but at the same time quite harrowing when you see her slowly start to deteriorate. The movie itself, it is both terrifying and tragic at different times. Robyn Nevin, she definitely gives a great performance. She is quite cold and sinister one moment, but also quite warm and charming in other scenes. Her slow deterioration is by far the saddest thing to watch in this movie, while also being the most terrifying. Just certain ways she kind of holds poses throughout the movie are very eerie, they're very creepy, and they're just very uncomfortable to watch. The movie is also peppered with some genuine jump scares and also kind of fake jump scares throughout. Different parts of the movie are constantly waiting for something to happen and nothing does happen. Instead, you're kind of left there waiting to be scared. I will say guys, I actually prefer that a lot more because it did leave the audience's imagination run wild to see what is in the big dark rooms throughout this house. Primarily though, the movie deals with this family going through literal hell. At times you do kind of feel like you are right there with the family, just the way the movie drags you in. Like I said, it does kind of hold you in place and it doesn't give you a jump scare. Instead, it puts you in the character situation where you are waiting just with them for something to happen, but nothing does happen. At the same time though, when these moments do happen, they are both frightening and disturbing, as well as being quite disgusting at different times. The movie, it is definitely a mix of many different genres, but I like that about it. You didn't really know what you were going to get next. The grandmother, as I said, she is one of the creepier parts of this movie, just because you don't know what she's going to do next or what the hell she is talking about. There are two different kind of senses in this movie, that there's kind of a curse going on for some reason, but at the same time she is also losing her mind. Now throughout the movie I did wonder kind of, was everything in her mind or was it the house itself? And I do like that the movie plays with that idea. It kind of keeps you guessing throughout, right up until that final act of the movie. Emily Mortimer also kind of gives the audience an anchor in that her views throughout the movie are a lot more realistic and you can actually see where she's coming from. And a lot of times with horror movies, people make really stupid decisions. With her, I actually felt that all of her decisions were quite sane and quite realistic and exactly what I would do in her situation. So I did like that we had that kind of anchor between the mother and grandmother. At the same time, the granddaughter is the one who starts investigating things, and she, for me, was a stereotypical horror teen girl who was making really bad decisions and paying the price for them. The last act of the movie also kind of brings you to this hellish maze throughout the entire house. We constantly hear these stories about the house as the movie progresses, and once we get to that third and final act, we see what it's truly all about. The last act in the movie goes absolutely off the walls and kind of brings you to a hellish maze full of creepy corners and claustrophobic rooms where we find our characters trying to escape. I absolutely love the last act of this movie. It kind of builds slowly to this final act, but once you get there, it is a roller coaster of both emotions and genuine jump scares. Both the set design and just the acting from the actors in that last act makes the movie what it is. It is kind of a big payoff for sure. The real curse of this thing that's been haunting this family is finally revealed in both a harrowing scene and stomach churning happening all at the same time. The movie throughout does a great job of just dealing with these mental health issues while also applying kind of a horror effect to it, something that we've known and come to love over the years. Overall though guys, the movie is both terrifying and tragic. The acting in this film is absolutely phenomenal. The set design I cannot say enough about. I will say guys, if you get a chance, give this movie a watch. You will not be disappointed. If you want a good slow burn movie with some really interesting character development, some genuine jump scares and some gory bits right at the end, this is the one for you. But let me know guys what you think of this movie. As always, if you can, comment down below your own thoughts on the film. If you can guys, give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Make sure guys you follow me on social media at Dino Reacts, and I will see you in the next one.